maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. Alongside Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And we got another seat right here. In the NBA, no better insider than Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, great to have you with us.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. It's great to be here. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Look at Richard Jefferson. He's like a kid in the candy store. He cannot wait to talk to you.
Yes, we love RJ.
And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Jakob Poeltl.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under him.
So the Nets starting 5. Williams is out there with Ben Simmons. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Claxton in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Raptors, they've got Grady Dick. He's out there with Scotty Barnes. Jakob Poeltl up there with R.J. Barrett. And it's Abaji in at the 4. It'll be the Raptors off the tip. Simmons against Barnes. Pass to Dick. And Poeltl has it in the corner. Raptors moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Barnes against Simmons. Barnes can't get it to go. And here is Simmons, covered by Barnes. Now Williams. Finney-Smith passes to Simmons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. So Shams, the Raptors finally traded their terrific wings, Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby. We know how the other teams that got those players made out. New York and Indiana, they were terrific and helped those teams. How did the Raptors make out when all was said and done?
Both of those players were upcoming free agents. It was difficult to judge the trade market. But with that said, the Raptors were able to get draft picks plus young, exciting talent like Canadian R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley. But let's factor in the biggest key here. It's Scotty Barnes. He is their future. He's their untouchable. He's who that front office feels great about as their cornerstone moving forward.
Love Barnes. Love him. Here's Finney-Smith after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Poeltl with the steal. Johnson against Barrett. Charity stripe shot. And off the front iron, and in it goes. You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I loved playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I've taken.
So connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much, and just know the stories will keep coming.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. The Raptors making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. And the Nets also making a change. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Williams. Pass to Milton. Back to Simmons. Now Johnson. Barrett covering. Stolen by Mitchell. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, "We're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on." Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players. The shot's good.
Love the assertive approach from Simmons, refusing to let the contact get to him.
Barnes looking around. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Well, we don't think of point guards as rebounders necessarily, but here are the ones that have corralled the most boards in the last month of the NBA. Fifth on the list, Ben Simmons.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
And these guys have that same nose for the ball. These are some scrappy players. They can hold their own in the paint with anyone.
Here's Milton after Ben Simmons' bucket. Finney-Smith. Barnes grabs the miss.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Mitchell outside. Boucher kicks to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he gets the bucket.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
See, this is what analytics don't take into account. Some guys thrive in the mid-range. Really depends on the shooter. It's actually kind of lazy.
From deep, Williams. A shot missing. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Raptors lead by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
And here's Milton. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 4-point game. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. So for Brooklyn now, Shake Milton is out there with Williams. Then it's Sharp. Then there's Trendon Watford. And it's Wilson in at the 3. Hey, Shams, I know you're connected throughout the NBA into a lot of front offices, but have you ever thought about maybe shifting gears a little bit and working for a team?
There is always intrigue into something like that, Kevin, but I've seen how tough the environment can be, and honestly, it is really much more fun to be talking to you on this side of the media world and the media equation of the NBA. But listen, there's always intrigue with the front office.
And a lot of opportunities. I know you're looking at, but thank you for your honesty in that one. Here's Mobo. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mobo's got the lead up to 5 now for Toronto. Milton against Mitchell. Milton the pass to Wilson. On the wing, Williams. Now here's Wilson. He's guarded closely. With it. So Shams, when the league brought in that 65 game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by. And that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA team and different accolades.
Yes, well said. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Williams.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Pass to Mobo. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Just 5 on the clock. Boucher with the ball. Toronto needs to get off a shot. And Mitchell gets it to go.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to Cleveland.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
And now on the 2K leaderboard, the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the best free throw shooting teams in the league. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Simmons passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Simmons. Simmons, a screen on Barrett. The three from Johnson, and it's good. Assisting on the play with Simmons. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And just great to have Shams join us, isn't it, guys? Such a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, no one is more locked in on the league. If there's a move happening, Shams knows about it before the players do.
Here's Simmons after R.J. Barrett's bucket. Simmons sets a screen for Williams. No good on the triple.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Pass to Dick. Lobbed up there for Barnes. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
Let's just say they weren't on the same page there. Not sure he was expecting that pass.
Nets trail by 5. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Simmons against Barnes. Williams looking around. 5 on the clock. Pass to Claxton. Simmons inside the line. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. 6 points for Ben Simmons. Now Barrett. Open jump shot off the mark. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Raptors. They lead by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Welcome to our 2K Sports Studio. The Brooklyn Nets find themselves in quite a battle here tonight.
I hate what they're doing on defense. Giving up too many gimmies, it makes me mad just watching it.
And I've seen you on the golf course and the hardwood track. Gimmies are the only shots you make.
And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference.
You know, right now for the Nets, they're frustrated, and you can understand their frustration. They were expected to be good this year. Their fan base was fired up, but it just hasn't come together.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
Done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Nets trail by 3. Following some ups and downs, Richard, the Brooklyn Nets, and you know this, they're back in rebuild mode.
Yes, unfortunately they are, but fans shouldn't let the word rebuild discourage them. The Nets still have a ton of solid pieces, and it's just a question of making smart moves from here on out.
We've got Barnes. He's out there with Grady Dick. Barrett is out there with Pirtle. And it's Abaji in at the 4 spot. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. Barnes finds Barrett. Here's Abaji. Finney-Smith defending. Clock at 4. Fires from the wing. Abaji can't get it to go. And Simmons has got the ball here for Brooklyn. They trail by 3. Finney-Smith passes to Simmons. Nets passing it around. Claxton against Pirtle. Here's Williams. Makes it off the glass. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Dick with it. He's guarded by Williams. Pirtle with a screen on Simmons. And it's Pirtle that time on the assist by Barnes.
Moving so well for his size. Jakob is fantastic in that two-man action.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. But you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Johnson wide open. He fires. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Raptors with the lead. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Dick finds Barrett. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Let's take this chance to showcase the top setup man at the small forward position in the NBA. Number 1, R.J. Barrett.
Well, you hear the term point forward thrown around about some players, maybe a little too loosely. But when it comes to him, I truly believe it applies.
And you don't have to watch him for a long time to see the kind of special ability he has as a passer.
Now here's Simmons. He has 6. 1:53 left to play here in the third. Over in the corner, Williams. A three-pointer is right on target. Williams has got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's not much of a threat to score, but Simmons dishing it, he can do it with the best of them.
And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Now, here's Barrett. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with it.
Here's Claxton, and Claxton throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Looking for a breather, and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Nicholas Claxton.
The blocks just aren't coming for him nearly as much as they were a few years ago. I think he's lost a little something in terms of that intimidation factor and that ability to change a game with his interior defense, and that's too bad.
Barnes can't get it to go. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Shot by Johnson, no good.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
The Nets with the lead. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Wilson the pass to Milton. Puts it up from 12. Drained for 2 points. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Barnes down low. Watford on him, and that one's good. Barnes.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
From deep, Johnson, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nets lead by 2. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Wilson. Johnson is out there with Shake Milton. Then it's Sharp, and it's Watford into the power forward position. Now here's Wilson. Johnson, the pass to Milton. Back to Johnson. Outside Wilson, 5 to shoot. And it's Sharp missing. Toronto trailing. Pass to Brown. Driving the lane. Rebounded by the Nets. Now here's Johnson. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Milton kicks to Johnson. Back to Milton. His first shot coming late. Not going to go that time.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Count it. Good.
And the beat not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. During that last break, I heard Jordi Fernandez as he talked with his team. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing. And it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Williams. And Williams drops them both.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Pass to Dick. Here's Abaji. Onside Barrett. The 9-foot shot. It's hauled in by Claxton. And it's Williams with the ball for Brooklyn. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Exton a screen on Barnes. Here's Simmons. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
And for Simmons, everyone in the league agrees that the talent is there. It comes down to the help and being in the right situation.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And this is how you execute. Creating any type of separation is huge right now.
Barrett. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And at 6'7", Barrett with terrific positional size, which allows him to create problems for defenders down low.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible. He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
side Simmons. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Simmons got the lead up to 5 now for Brooklyn. Johnson against Barrett. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Purtle.
Powerful finish. Jakob not taking any chances in tight.
To the inside. Here's Claxton. Money!
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Onside, Barrett. Hurdle with a screen on Johnson. Here's Barrett. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Nick Claxton.
And coming through in a big way. You have to love Barrett there, taking over down the stretch.
Second team foul. At the line for your Raptors, R.J. Barrett. One shot.
And that one falls for Barrett.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions. That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Claxton comes with the double team. Barrett finds Barnes. Count it!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
You know, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
If they've got a surefire quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
Johnson kicks to Simmons. Simmons screen on Barnes. Pass to Claxton. Finney Smith with the bounce pass. And here's Simmons for 3. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. Ends with a big win by Toronto in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Well, folks, that's gonna do it for now. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.